a symbol of hope, justice, and the quintessential superhero, Superman. The name alone carries the weight of over 80 years of comic history, iconic moment, and let's be honest, some truly questionable movies. But now, we stand at a pivotal moment with James Gunn at the helm of the DC Universe, and a new Superman movie coming, again. But it's not just another reboot this time. This time, it's a big deal. But despite his legendary status, the big screen adventures of Superman has kind of struggled to live up to his iconic legacy.
You're letting him kill Martha!
But even with all of that said, this movie cannot fail. The DC Universe and the superhero genre itself needs this movie to be good.
Please, Pete, I need this!
And today, in this video, I'm going to explain to you why I personally believe this movie will not fail, and how I think it sets the stage for a successful future for the DCU. Like bro, deadass, the movie can't fail. Like I'm being so deadass. It has to be good. Nah, fuck good. Throw good out the window. It has to be top tier, god tier. We might as well give up on all superhero movies if this movie isn't good. Like retire the cape, fuck the cow, pass the baton, move on. I'll be done. Move on to, I don't know, Fast and Furious movies. I don't give a fuck. So the hero we know and love, Superman, was first created in 1938, created by Jerry Siegel and Joy Shuster. Oh, Schuster? But Superman isn't just about punching bad guys. He's a symbol of hope, a beacon of hope, a guy with godlike power who chooses to be humble, to be good. And that's the hardest part about bringing this character to the big screen, in my opinion. How do you make a character that powerful, relatable? Well, it might actually not be as hard as you think.
You are never even man. You're letting him kill Martha! What does that mean?
Well, at least not as hard as Hollywood tries to make it look. You see, the comics has gotten this right over and over again. And I know it seems unfair to compare the comics to live adaptations, but I'm not talking about full comic runs or storyline. I'm talking about the core, unique values and themes that these stories present for Superman. Whether they tackle it through his strong moral compass or his compelling dual identity as Clark Kent, and how under his Superman persona, he really just views himself as a human, a regular human. Not some godlike being that feels bad for the human race. Not as a higher being taking pity on the human race, like how some adaptations try to perceive him to be. He was raised as a human before he became Superman, and that is a core piece to this character, and not something you should remove, because this is what makes Superman relatable. The fact that he has loved before, the fact that he has had his heart broken before, these are core human values. It's what defines humanity and what makes Clark Kent human. It's what makes Superman relatable. You see, one of the main reasons I truly believe that this film will be great is just a fresh new inspiring approach that James Gunn is bringing with the character. Gunn has hinted at exploring Clark Kent's journey in a way we'd never really seen before on the big screen until now, balancing his dual identity and his relationships, while also doing a deeper dive into the moral of the character and explaining the reasons of Superman and what makes Superman Superman. This isn't just another superhero origin story. It's about the man behind the cape, and I'm excited to see a more relatable Superman. It's about time we did a deeper dive into his humanity. But let's be real for a second, because Superman has had some pretty rough outings. But here's where the pressure really starts to mount. The DC Universe has had some really big bumps lately in general, and fans are actually really divided. Some are on board with James Gunn's new direction, and others are less than thrilled. The last thing we really need at a moment like this is another failed attempt at a Superman movie. And yes, I say another failed Superman movie. I don't care how good Henry Cavill looks as Superman, Snyder fans. Batman vs. Superman still exists. So yeah, you can say there's a lot riding on this film. Superman isn't just a character though. He's really more like a cultural icon. Every time his movie bombs, it feels like the whole superhero genre is taking a little bit of a hit in general. That is one of the main reasons why this movie has to deliver. Not just for the fans, but for the future of superhero films in general. It's really like the foundation. With Superman, there's always potential. There's always hope. Superman has always had one of the richest storylines and themes in comics. Storylines like the New 52, All-Star Superman, and Superman the Red Sun shows us that Superman can be fresh, exciting, and most importantly, human. Yes, human. With this new Superman movie that James Gunn is creating, I want them to start embracing what makes Superman so endearing. His compassion, his belief in doing good, even when no one is watching. And maybe, just maybe with this movie, get a little bit weird too. After all, if you ever picked up a Superman comic, his storylines are some of the weirdest shit you will ever read in a comic book. Like, deadass, I'm not lying. The writers literally ran out of shit for him to do, and he just started doing anything. I'm so serious. There are countless multiverse versions of Superman, from Superboy Prime to Cyborg Superman to Ultraman, who I'm pretty sure is in the movie, to Superman 1 million. There's even an electric fucking Superman, bro. There's a lot of shit you can do with this guy, bro. He done pretty much everything you could think of. But most importantly, James Gunn has to make us believe in Superman again. The movie needs to show us why this guy, with all his powers and extraordinary abilities, would still choose to fight for us. Not because he has to, but because he wants to. Because we are worth saving. Because he sees that humanity is worth saving. And I think people truly forget how good James Gunn is at making superhero movies. And I know it doesn't sound like that big of an accomplishment, but in this day and age, it truly kind of is. But with Gunn's vision, I expect a more unified direction, ensuring that each film feels a little more like an integral part of a larger story, because that's exactly how the DCEU should feel like. And this is the same guy who made Guardians of the Galaxy one of the most likable characters in the MCU. Yeah, these guys. 15 years ago, I promise you half the population would not know, nor would they give a fuck about these guys, especially this guy, the fucking raccoon. If James Gunn can take a ragtag group of cosmic misfits like this and turn them into one of the best projects Marvels have ever done, one of the best trilogies Marvels have ever produced, then yes, I got full faith that he can absolutely save Superman from the previous apocalypse that was the DC universe. James Gunn is extremely good at bringing out heart and emotion from characters that the big screen isn't usually used to seeing heart and emotion from. And I think that can do really good for a character like Superman. It's exactly what he needs, if you ask me. But like I said before, the DCU has been kind of a journey, to say the least. Wonder Woman was pretty good until it wasn't. Shazam was fun, I guess, until it wasn't again. And then Flash had some pretty questionable CGI, but it was alright for the most part until it wasn't again. So yeah, the DCU has been kind of like that friend who always said they got their life together, but every time you see them, their breath smells like cigarettes, Black and Miles, backwards, and death. Like, yeah, get the fuck out of here with that, man. The new Superman movie has to be good. It really does. Not just for us, not just for the audience, but for the character, for the genre, for the character who always represented hope, goodness, and the belief that one person can change the world, that one person will change the world. In a world that feels so damn chaotic, we can all use a little more of that. The new Superman movie has the potential to reshape everything. It can be the beginning of a great era for DC, or it can be just another comic book movie that we forget next week. It's not just about a character anymore. It's about the hope and legacy that he represents. And honestly, if we can't get that Superman, if we really can't get that right in this movie, the Superman that makes us believe in a better world, the Superman that makes us believe in him, believe in justice, then what are we truly doing here? But I truly personally believe that James Gunn's Superman movie is poised for success. With a visionary director and a fresh narrative approach, a promising cohesive universe, and a powerful message, at least that's what it looks like from the trailers. This film has all the ingredients to not only succeed, but to pave the way for a bright future for the DCU. If this movie flops, bro, I swear to God, I'm going back to Smallville. Like, I'm done. And maybe My Adventures of Superman. That show's pretty alright. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more if you fuck with me.